Hello, everyone. I'm Graham Ledger, and welcome to the Daily Ledger. Our cover story, countdown to the caucuses, T-minus 2 campaign days to the first test for the Republican nomination process. This following GOP debate number 7 in Des Moines, featuring 7 of the top 8 candidates. Now, prior to the debate, a One America News poll of Republican caucus goers in the Hawkeye State. Donald Trump now at 31%. Ted Cruz, 27%. Now, the margin of error for this poll is about 4%. So Trump and Cruz are statistically tied. Next is Marco Rubio, 13%, Dr. Ben Carson, 7%, and Jeb Bush, 6%. All the other candidates came with less than 5%. So the debate was their last shot.
We are going to enforce our immigration laws. I am the son and the grandson of immigrants, and I know that securing our borders is not anti-immigrant, and we will do it. We will hire 20,000 new border agents instead of 20,000 new IRS agents. We will finish the 700 miles of fencing and walls our nation needs. We'll have mandatory E-Verify, a mandatory entry-exit tracking system, and until all of that is in place and all of that is working and we can prove to the people of this country that illegal immigration is under control, nothing else is going to happen.
We should have a path to legal status for the 12 million people that are here illegally. It means come out from the shadows, pay a fine, earn legal status by working, by paying taxes, learning English, not committing crimes, and earn legal status when you're not cutting in front of the line for people that are patiently waiting outside. That is I think that's the conservative, consensus, pragmatic approach to how to solve this problem.
We have the tools in federal law to do this now. We can build the fence. We can triple the Border Patrol. We can end sanctuary cities by cutting off funding to them. We can end welfare for those here illegally. And what is missing is the political will, because too many Democrats and sadly too many Republicans don't want to solve this problem. If I am elected president, we will secure the borders and we will end illegal immigration.
Now, another big issue, battling radical Islam. This was a good, solid 2 hours of mostly substantive discourse. And it was the first time that the focal point of a Republican debate in this process was not Donald Trump. Instead, Ted Cruz took most of the arrows. So what's the outcome? Was it a game changer? Did it hurt Trump? Joining me now from Johns Creek, Georgia, political consultant with the Weathers Corp., Seth Weathers. Seth, I heard a couple of pundits in the mainstream media say Donald Trump still won the debate even though he didn't show up because they said nobody dominated. I don't know which debate they were watching because clearly, in my mind, a couple of people did dominate. I thought Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio had a pretty solid performance there.
You know, I think they both had good nights, but I think, you know, back to what you were originally saying is whether or not Trump dominated the debate. I think that he did. I think that, I mean, the first 3 questions out the gate all either were about Donald Trump or the responses had to do with Donald Trump. And that kind of continued throughout the night. And you look at this, we're right up on Iowa. Trump, I think it was a brilliant move because what he did was all the candidates were more than prepared. They were going to pile on. This was their last chance. And they decided they were going to pile on Donald Trump in that debate. Trump waited till the last moment, got right up to the edge and pulled the rug right out from under him. And these guys were left, all of their debate plans and calculations were completely off. So they had to recalculate how they were going to handle that. Cruz, as you said, now he was the guy in the middle accepting the arrows, whereas he thought he was going to be the guy doing the attacking. So I think I think it played well for Donald. I don't think he didn't lose any voters for sure. He made no mistakes because he wasn't there to do it. So he left the others there to attack each other a couple days out from Iowa.
Well, I don't know about the brilliant move because if all the candidates, all 8 of them, did this brilliant move, we wouldn't have had a debate. And another thing is I firmly believe that the Trump bots, the people that are completely sold on Donald Trump and have their mind closed now at this point, didn't watch the debate. The people who did watch the debate are people who still have an open mind and who are still looking for a candidate. So I think it really might have helped these candidates. And I think also, by the way, I think the moderators got the message here. Because, yeah, there were a couple of gotcha type questions in there, but most of this was substance. And and it was good, clean stuff. I think that voters can glean and have a better picture about these candidates now.
And that's probably true, but who deserves credit for the moderators cleaning up their act in this round? I think we could maybe both agree that that's Donald Trump. Roger Ailes was blowing up his phone yesterday trying to get him to show up to the debate. And it's brought so much interest to the debate that we've never had in the history of elections. There is nothing more you can credit to that than Donald Trump.
I don't know. Do we credit Donald Trump? I know who we blame. We blame Reince Priebus and the Republican National Committee for allowing the mainstream media to control the nomination process. It's absolutely insane. But I think what we did learn last night, again, that Ted Cruz was the focal point and that he was, I think, handled the pressure of the attacks. Roll tape.
What is particularly insulting, though, is that he is the king of saying, oh, you're for amnesty. Everybody's for amnesty except for Ted Cruz. But it's a falseness, and that's an authenticity problem.
This is the lie that Ted's campaign is built on, and Rand touched upon it, that he's the most conservative guy and everyone else is a rhino. The truth is, Ted, throughout this campaign, you've been willing to say or do anything in order to get votes.
I don't think they're necessarily going to go for Ted. Ted didn't show up. We had an audit the Fed vote, which was the biggest thing my dad had been advocating for 30 years. Ted didn't have time to show up. He was the only Republican that didn't show up for it.
Did Ted Cruz have a strong enough performance to possibly overtake Donald Trump in Iowa? We have a couple of days, and I guess we'll find out.
I don't think so at all. I mean, he was slow and steady. He had an okay night, but I don't think there was anything he did that's going to catapult himself to the next level. And you look at, Rubio had a very good night as well. Again, nothing. I mean, Rubio said the perfect things the perfect political candidate should say perfectly, but it becomes off very scripted and staged. And I think after what people are used to with Trump on the stage previously, it makes it all seem very scripted. And I think that that's not something that's going to incite voters and change where they're at right now. And I think that right now Trump's going into Iowa is his to lose, which is unbelievable at this point. No one would have ever thought we'd be in that scenario.
Jeb Bush a couple times attacked Donald Trump, even though he wasn't on the stage there. I found that fascinating. He also took shots at Hillary Clinton, which I think is smart. But still, when I look at Jeb Bush on camera, I see a man who appears to be, I don't know if this is true or not, but appears to not be comfortable in his own skin.
I think you're right, though I must say he was probably a lot less nervous with Donald Trump not on the stage, so it probably gave him a little boost of confidence. I think he had an okay night. Is it something that's going to change the outcome? Is he going to move up? No. But, he was probably a little less nervous not having Donald Trump on the stage with him. Okay, so missing, in my opinion, was any talk about the economy and any talk about the $19 trillion debt that we have, operating debt, and the $220 trillion unfunded liability. I thought that was glaringly missing, along with Donald Trump. So here's the $64 million question. Did this hurt Donald Trump? In my opinion, I don't think it hurt him. I don't think it helped him either. I think it was a kind of benign move. I mean, that's probably a good way to look at it. But by being a benign move, whether by not hurting himself, it helped him with only a few days out from Iowa. That's really all Trump needed out of last night. He needed to come out of last night without in any way hurting himself. And I think he absolutely did that. And I think he gave the other candidates a chance to take shots at each other. Yeah. I think that, Rubio had a little rough go there on immigration for a little while there. And I don't think that helped him at all in Iowa. And I think it showed people he's been all over the board. I think Ted Cruz hard on it. And I think Ted Cruz is helped by all this. And again, we'll find out on Monday during the caucuses. But I think the clear loser, not having the full complement of candidates on that stage, are the American people. Seth, thanks. Coming up next, the political earthquake. If Monday, it's Bernie and Trump. Also ahead, more violent fallout from the Muslim invasion of Europe.
There have been many new people arriving in Sweden, and we've been called out nearly every week due to fights breaking out here in the western region.